This is Arunava Chaudhuri and you are on my YouTube channel Arunfoot. Today I want to talk about Indian Super League team Northeast United and the support and the help they're getting in Meghalaya to build a new residential academy. Northeast United in the last year has been doing a lot of things right. First with the appointment of Manda Tamane as club CEO, won the Duran Cup recently and have been going around the Northeast in trying to unearth the next talents for the teams, be it for the reserve team, be it for the under-17s. And an interesting piece of stat that was recently mentioned, 23 of these players picked up from trials are now part of different teams at Northeast United. But the biggest development that I want to speak about today in regard to Northeast United is that the Meghalaya government has committed to land for them to build that residential academy. And that's a big step for Northeast United, not only for them, but for Meghalaya and hopefully down the road for Indian football. And I quote what Manda Tamane said on the sidelines of the Duran Cup trophy being in Meghalaya. And he said, the land has already been allotted, which should be handed over by the beginning of 2025, and construction will take approximately 2 years. 15-acre plot, a realistic timeline, but the reality is until the academy is ready and until the players can move in and Northeast United can sort of centralize their academy setup and structure in Meghalaya, it'll take a little bit more time. It's mostly going to take 3 years for that setup to be built. But the other point that is interesting as well is a recce was conducted during the 2024 Duran Cup in regard to the Jawaharlal Nehru Stadium in Shillong, in regard to if its infrastructure is suitable for the ISL, and there will be certain minor changes made to the stadium for it to be ISL ready. So interestingly is Meghalaya under the Chief Minister Conrad Sangma is supporting football in a big way. Not only Northeast United is gaining from that front of shirt sponsorship, Shillong Lajong has the same, the I-League team from Shillong. And but again, the academy, the residential academy, allotting that plot and enabling Northeast United to build something, that is something which I feel is more sustainable, tangible in regard to creating the next line of talents. Northeast United, under the management that they have, under the ownership of John Abram, are now trying to do things that hopefully will enable Northeast United to find, nurture and develop the next Indian football talents who not only are good enough to potentially play in the ISL, maybe good enough to go abroad and maybe good enough for the national team to be Asian level, because that is what we need. And we see in another state coming forward in Meghalaya. Meghalaya has done a lot of things right over the last few years under Conrad Sangma. It is somewhat what we see in other states. Mizoram has been doing a lot of things right over the last 10-15 years. Manipur, despite all the problems, still talent is coming out of the state. Kerala has done a lot of things right. Karnataka has done a lot of things right. Now the others, like a state like Goa, like a state like Bengal, need to do catching up. And we should not forget the state of Odisha. Not only does Odisha FC play in that state, but they're also trying to work with the Football Association of Odisha, with the Sports Authority of Odisha, with the club OFC, with the government to try and find new talent. Great step by Meghalaya, by their government, by Conrad Sangma and by Northeast United. But again, it's not going to be tomorrow. It'll take some time for this academies to see the day of light, a residential training center for Northeast United. Let me know what you guys think. Have I missed something? Do you want to comment on it? Write it down below in the comments. And as always, like, share and subscribe Arunfoot here on YouTube, on my other social medias, as well as arunfoot.com. And I'll be back very soon. Arunava Chaudhuri signing off. Bye for now.